Well, hello everybody. I did not think I'd be sitting at home here in my bedroom doing my storytelling for you. But unfortunately, like you, we're not allowed outside our doors anymore. Isn't it terrible? I wonder how long we're going to be kept indoors for. Well, I hope you're all keeping well. I hope you're doing a little bit of exercise every day, even if it's only your fingers and thumbs. But just to do a little exercise is very good. And I'm here to tell you a story this morning, which I hope you like. Did you ever wish you could find the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? Well, wait till see what happens today when somebody finds the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So, this story is coming to you from the Bishopstown Library and also from the City Library, and it's through the programme for Growing Imaginations, for which we're all very grateful. And I hope the next time I meet you, it will be in the library somewhere, either one of the ones we visited before or maybe a new one. I look forward to that. Anyway, here we go. The name of this story is The End of the Rainbow. Rachel, Anna, Megan, and John were walking in the woods. It was very quiet, and the air smelt of pine. The ground was very damp. Suddenly, a rabbit ran out and ran back in again. He looked at them, and he got such a fright he didn't come out again. But it's quite normal to see rabbits in the woods, isn't it? They hide behind the trees and they dart out because they are very curious creatures. The ground was very slippery as it had been raining for the whole week. And so on they went, and they stopped on top of a bridge. And suddenly, as they were standing there admiring the view, the bridge gave way. And what happened? They tumbled to the ground all the way down. Oh, they got such a fright of them. They slid down the steep slope, head over heels, into a deep hollow. And it was filled with beautiful autumn leaves. Look at these beautiful green ones and brown ones and every colour under the rainbow. They found them all underneath them. So they had a soft landing because the whole floor was carpeted in these gorgeous leaves. So down they went, bump, onto the floor. And what did they do? They screamed in surprise because they got such a fright. But it was fun. So they were scrambled out, and suddenly there was blazing sunshine everywhere, a big sun up in the sky, and it lit up the whole floor of the forest and everywhere. They were blinded by the light from it. They had never seen the sun shine so brightly before. So they screamed again, but it was fun, and they scrambled out. And suddenly, as they looked around, they saw a tiny little man sitting over there beside them. A tiny little man with a green cap and a green jacket on him. And there he was sitting watching them. And he was laughing at them, falling in the leaves all round the place and having such fun. And he was singing the song about a rainbow, which we will sing at the end of the morning. So, what did they do? They were very surprised to see anybody down here, so far down in the middle of all the leaves. And he said to them, "Well, do you like my song?" And they kind of were so surprised. They said, oh, yay, we love it. They all replied. And then they suddenly said, "And who are you?" And the little man said, "I'm little Mike," he said. Well, they thought it was good manners to introduce themselves. So they said, "This is Michael, this is Rachel, this is Anna, this is Megan, and this is John." But where are we?" they asked. "Oh, now you're in the middle of the magic woods," the little man replied. Oh, suddenly the sky was lit up as a beautiful rainbow landed beside them. Look, here's was right beside them and beside little Mike. Look, that was his special rainbow. "Oi, that's my rainbow," he said. "Look." So we're down in the woods. "Well, would you look at that?" they all shouted. "Look at that. and down it went beside little Mike into the ground. So they were suddenly getting their breath back from all this unexpected experience they were having, and they decided they would chat to little Mike. But something else caught their eye. My goodness, it was glinting in the sunshine. And what was it? Mikey was sitting in front of a big black cauldron full of gold. Oh, and how it glinted in the sunshine. And he was minding it. He was minding the gold. It was a large black cast iron pot and filled, and it was very heavy. Oh, what's this? What's this? They all asked little Mike. And why is it here? What's it doing here? Little Mike was so impatient with them, and he sighed. Well, now, haven't you ever heard of the pot of gold at the end of every rainbow? Era, for goodness sake, the lad said. Sure, that's only a fairy tale, we all know that. And little Mike got into a huff. He put his jacket on, fixed his cup, and said, Well, slán agus bannock thee. He was quite annoyed with them for making such fun of his pot of gold, which he had minded so well. Rachel, Anna, Megan, and John looked at the pot of gold, and they examined it. Me dears, he said, I have been waiting here with this gold for thousands of years, and I'm mighty bored with it. And thousands of years is a long time if you look at the timeline, starting at the beginning and going all the way down every 1,000 of years until they came to the present day. This is a timeline, it's called. And it showed how long he had been there. So he had been there for a very long time. So it's yours now, and I'm off. My job was to mind it until someone found the end of the rainbow, which you did. So bye, I'm off whether yous like it or not. But Rachel got such a fright, she ran after little Mike. Mikey, but we don't know where we are. We just want to go home. What? Said little Mike. He was so surprised. Yez mean to tell me that yez don't want the pot of gold? You don't want the pot of gold. Everybody wants a pot of gold. Well, he was very disappointed, and he seemed to be a little bit cross as well too, because as you saw, he'd been minding it for thousands of years. So then he had to tell them, Well, if you don't want the gold, you're allowed to have one wish instead that will be granted. So they thought about it for a minute, and suddenly Megan said, I just want to go home, she said. I want to go home. And with that, all of the leaves that they had flew up into the air. Oh, and down they all fell, all the way down, down, down. And it was like a tornado as they tossed and they turned and they went everywhere, all over the place, all the leaves did. They couldn't see a thing. But after a minute, they opened their eyes and found that they were back where they had started the whole adventure. No rainbow, no gold, and no little Mike were to be seen anywhere. They found that they were back home. And they said to themselves, Well, there's no point in us trying to tell this story to anybody at home because nobody is going to believe us. But one thing they were sure of, they were all glad to be back safely home again. Now, wasn't that a story? Now, did you ever see a rainbow? And you know what most people do when they see a rainbow? They get on their bicycles or they go for a long walk and they try and find the end of the rainbow. But no matter how far you go, no matter how far you look, if it's the top of a mountain or into the middle of the city, no matter how far you go, you still cannot seem to find the end of the rainbow. It just keeps going on and on and on forever. So next time you see a rainbow, have a second look at it and see if there's any shortcuts to the end of the rainbow, where you might find the pot of gold and little Mikey waiting for you. Now, I'm just going to do a little few exercises with you now because we're all sitting too long. Some of you I know will be sitting because you have to stay sitting, but others can move a little bit. So the exercise we're giving you today are ones that you can all do. It's with your finger and your thumb. Okay, are we ready, everybody? One finger, one thumb, keep moving. One finger, one thumb, keep moving. One finger, one thumb, keep moving. We'll all be merry and bright. One finger, one thumb, one hand, keep moving. One finger, one thumb, one hand, keep moving. One finger, one thumb, one hand, keep moving. We'll all be merry and bright. Now, not everybody will be able to do the next bit, but you can still sing the song. One finger, one thumb, one hand, one arm, keep moving. One finger, one thumb, one hand, one arm, keep moving. One finger, one thumb, one hand, one arm, keep moving. We'll all be merry and bright. Now, we'll do it once more just so you can remember it. Are we ready? What have we got? Because most people will have these with them all the time. You have a finger, you have a thumb, you have a hand, and an arm. So even if you can't move them, just sing the song anyway and watch the DVD. Are we ready? One finger, one thumb, keep moving. One finger, one thumb, keep moving. One finger, one thumb, keep moving. We'll all be merry and bright. One finger, one thumb, one hand, keep moving. One finger, one thumb, one hand, keep moving. One finger, one thumb, one hand, keep moving. We'll all be merry and bright. One finger, one thumb, one hand, one arm, keep moving. One finger, one thumb, one hand, one arm, keep moving. One finger, one thumb, one hand, one arm, keep moving. We'll all be merry and bright. Now give yourselves a boolabus. Well done. That's very good. Well done. And if we had a ball, we could throw it around and catch it. But if I threw a ball, nobody could catch it because you're not here with me. Oh, that's very sad. Okay, well now, last thing we're going to do before we finish up, we're going to sing the Rainbow Song. The Rainbow Song is lovely. It's from Judy Garland's film, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So, as our story was all about a rainbow, we're going to sing the Rainbow Song. Oh, sorry. Are we ready? Ah, ah. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? Slán a bhaile, slán agus beannachtí till the next story.